Hi guys, Kamil here from the Awakened Realms. As you can see, in front of me you can see the prototype of Dragon Eclipse. I want to just remind you, this is not the final version. I mean, in our office we usually testing games with not final components. I mean, the illustrations are a little bit old. The layouts are old, the icons, the tokens, everything is out of date. But right now, after the developing of the gameplay is complete, we are improving those elements. As you can see, there is a scenario book. Unfortunately, I won't talk about it much because there are a lot of spoilers and the game is pretty huge. In the core box there are 12 scenarios and over 1200 scripts, so there is a lot of reading for you. Here are Mistlings. This is 3D print, but basically the size of the miniature is the final one. Those Mistlings are from the non-Mistling Left Behind, Foray of Shadow and Stretch Goals. And here are Mistlings from the core box. On my left you can see the standees, and as I told earlier in previous updates, basically some bigger monsters, some bigger Mistlings has bigger standees. The little ones have little ones standees, so everything fits together pretty well. Here are cards, some secret cards that, for example, will change our locations. A lot of elemental cards. Basically, those cards are for the deck building. Whenever you are playing the Dragon Eclipse, you have to choose your Mistlings before each scenario. And after that, you have to create your own 16-card deck. And there are a lot of cards in Dragon Eclipse, so the deck building aspect of the game is pretty huge. Cards, more cards, equipments, boosters. The final boosters, of course, will be in the foil pack, not in some kind of carton little boxes. And our Mistlings. Let's talk about it right now. So a little bit more about the deck building. First of all, we have tested this game a lot of times. Basically, on the campaign, you could see the version with the deck building aspect of the game, where the players made just decks for 10 cards. Right now we increased the size of the deck building, and each Mistling has its own unique deck with 16 cards inside. What does it mean? It means we have higher replayability. We have more options to create our Mistling more unique. I mean, for example, we can take a Alucard. On a screen you will see the cards from him. And Alucard, basically, it's very hard hitter with high value of the Pierce. Pierce just ignores the enemy's armor. And there are a few options how you can build him, because, for example, you can give him more cards that will push you, or more cards that will discard enemy cards or make them weaker, the enemy make weaker. Or you can just focus on a DPS, damage per second, from the cyber games, and make some really hard hitter. Let's take a look at Regalion, another great example, because this Mistling can be created as a very fast, one of the fastest in the game Mistling, which one will just run, kite, hit, and kite. But other way you can try to make him pretty good in the close combat fights, because his burning ability is pretty overpowered. Back to other unique Mistlings. What is really cool, in the game we have about 50 or even 50 Mistlings, and most of them, or I can even try to tell everyone, is really unique. I mean, there are so many monsters, and you will see on the close-up, each of them has much different statistics, much different special ability. For example, Luminesca can stand far, far away from their opponent, her opponent, and make a star assault within any range on a map. So you just kite, you just play very strong ability, but before you will do it, you need to play her unique cards to get more brightness token and make her ability powerful. So there are monsters that are very hard hitters from the beginning of the game. There are monsters like, for example, this Bulb, where Bulb needs to play some unique butterfly tokens on the map, and after there are 3, 4 or even 5 butterfly tokens, she can play her cards and make some great combos, dealing huge amount of damage to her opponent. Moving forward, I can introduce you Emberling. So this beautiful monster has her sister, this little Mistling. She is a really little one, and as you can see on the abilities from the Emberling, you can move that little sister around the board and burn your enemies. Meanwhile, Emberling is one of the highest, one of the biggest damage dealers in the game. He hits hard, he can burn you out. It's pretty cool and very powerful Mistling. Meanwhile, we have Mistlings like, oh sorry, Umbra is lying. We have something like Fate Claw. Even it is the young version. I mean, young Fate Claw is not the final version. In the game there is a Fate Claw. Oh, here is the second version, the biggest one. But it doesn't matter. In the player versus player mode, even those smaller versions are very useful. For example, young Fate Claw has very unique ability, and whenever there are shadows on a map, you are not able to kill him. So even if his statistics card look very fragile, I mean there is only 18 health, no magic armor, no armor, so basically he can die per 2 very strong hits. It is very hard to kill him because movement value of 3, so he can kite away, or he can sacrifice his shadow. So basically, if you are playing against the young Fate Claw, you need to create very well-timed combo because he will just avoid you. Moving forward, Electorn, one of my favorites one. So basically, he has a rage token. Whenever he has a rage token, he is furious one and his offensive abilities are pretty strong. But when he discards that token, his defensive statistic is very well balanced. I mean, he's tough. I mean, killing him without the rage token is pretty challenging for you. As you can see, I can tell about each Mistling. I mean, I can describe you all the Mistling you can see here, and each of them is pretty cool on its own way, but unfortunately that video will last forever. So I hope that will enough for you. I can't wait where you will take the box, the Dragon Eclipse core box, and enjoy exploring what kind of unique abilities each Mistling has. At the end of this video, I would like to tell something about the campaign. So the campaign is huge. I mean, there are a lot of text, there are a lot of hidden... I won't spoil you. There are a lot of things you can discover in the campaign game, but what is really cool, you can play this campaign even a few times, because during the one gameplay from the first to the last scenario, there are always a few possibilities how you can survive, how you can explore each map, or which Mistling you will discover during your session. So for example, during your session, during your campaign, you will, for example, meet and tame renew Firpel, you will take the Blaze Reef, which is really cool Mistling that connects together water and fire elements, or you can even play with this small Ice Link from the beginning to the end of your campaign. But what is really important, during your next session, during your next campaign, or even your friends will play and will discover very unique monsters, much different from that what you have explored. So Dragon Eclipse is maybe not huge, but it's a big campaign game with a lot of things you can discover. A lot of cards, a lot of Mistlings. Unfortunately, the developing of 50 unique Mistlings took more time that we hoped it will, but there is. The game is nearly complete. We are making better layouts, better icon designs. We are improving the arts because, as you can see, some of them are empty. Oh, not there. Oh, here. So in our office we are playing on this prototype, but in a few weeks the Dragon Eclipse will be finished, and I can't wait when you will be able to play it. So thank you for your attention and see you next time. One more thing! There is a lot of content in this game, but don't worry, the Dragon Eclipse basic rules are pretty simple one, and you can still enjoy it when playing with your kids, with your friends that are not playing board games, and everyone will have fun in exploring this unique world, taming Mistlings, developing them and creating your own adventure. So now I'm done. See you next time.